Hi, I'm following along with Paul McWhorter's Raspberry Pi lessons, and we're on lesson 50. Congratulations, Paul, for making it to number 50. It's amazing how you're doing these, and doesn't look like there's an end in sight yet, so that's good. So I've been following along and keep learning from Paul, and today we're doing regions of interest on using OpenCV and um, a little bit of review from me, but I'm still picking up pointers from Paul, so that's a good thing. So let's get to the code. I decided to just do something simple, and then I did a couple fun things on top of it. So let me VNC into my Raspberry Pi over here. So let's see. So I call this code's called CamShrink. And what it's going to do is create a bar on the sides of around the frame. And it's going to keep shrinking in until there's hardly anything left of the image. It's going to be mostly black bars, and going to, shrink back out when it's done. We're turning it around, doing that times -1 there, so we turn it around. But all the other code is our base code for getting the thing on there. Let's see, I didn't have it to add anything on this one at all, so it's just from this point to this point, and this point's just showing it. So we're like I said, just creating the bars, and I'm actually using a percentage. That way both of them come in the same percentage, the width and the height, because they're different. If you used a number here instead of percentage, you would get, one of them would close up faster than the other. But by using the percentage, we're doing that. So we're just, our bar is going from 0 to 47%, because half the screen at the bottom, we're going from the top to the middle and the bottom to the middle. So 47%, you're going to make it just a little space left in the middle. And then one of the things I learned this time around with Paul is that you don't have to put numbers in the front here. So there's hardly anything left on these, because some of these we want the top to the bottom of our array, so we don't have to put anything. And the other ones we're going from either the top or the bottom to a certain point. So mostly blank spaces in this, and that's one reason I wanted to do this, because it's gonna be fun. Don't have to put much in there. So let's go ahead and run it and see how it works. So that's about all it's doing. I'll try to put my eye right in the middle there. So just does that back and forth. You can say it's a Raspberry Pi 3, so we're using up some of our frames per second here. We're down to 9 frames per second, but it's doing all that, adding it in there. One thing it's doing is I'm actually, all this space in here, I'm putting it in twice, because I'm doing it once for horizontal and once for vertical. So it's actually doing a lot more work than it has to. So I didn't think about how you would optimize it. So anyhow, that's what that is. All right. So after I got that done, I said, well, what else can I find over on OpenCV that I haven't investigated before? Like you say, I'm a documentation junkie, so I was over there on their OpenCV website, and found something a little bit interesting over there. So they got this thing called Warp Affine, and it has a lot of things where it can adjust a lot of things on your image. It's actually can work in 3D. Let me move myself out of the way here. So it's actually taking in, they call it a transform. So you're taking in an X, Y, and Z. So this can actually work in 3 dimensions. So we're actually, because we got 0 here, we're only affecting 2 dimensions. The X dimension on this one and the Y dimension on that one. And what we're doing is we're shifting the image right and left and up and down by a random amount each frame. So the effect is that it's like looks like that there's an earthquake in my house, and I'll warn you ahead of time. It's a little disconcerting, but it's fun. I won't leave it on too long, but it's like I said, I put this T in there, and I have my T set it. It can be anywhere from 0 to 200 pixels that could shift it one way or the other. So, but what you're doing is you're just, like I said, you're getting this shift, this transform, how much you're transforming it, and you're bringing in your input. We're doing the input frame and the output frame's the same, so we're just adjusting whatever that is. And this is the TM transform matrix, I think they called it. And this is the final version of what your frame's going to look like, because that's one thing that this does is that there's no out of bounds. If it moves your thing, it ought to, I guess the function takes care of the out of bounds thing. And if it goes the other way, it just fills it in with black. So it's kind of fun. I'll get that going. Like I said, I'm warning you, it's a little shaky looking. And like I said, you could do this. I played around with trying to do it in 3 dimensions, but your picture just kind of tilts over, and if you go too far, it just looks like flat, and you don't see what's going on in it. But and this is actually running at 10 frames per second. Well, 9 now, but it's at least as fast as the one that had to do all that fill in with the NumPy black that we did. So this transform must be got the code really fast in it, so that it works good, although we're slowing down now. So we'll quit out of that. And then while I was in there looking at this Warp Find, I found this other one, and I call it CamTwist, and this is pretty cool. And this is the last one I'm going to show you today, but it's actually a rotation matrix, and it also, you can scale it as well. So you can rotate your frame and scale it. If you just leave it full size, it just rotates it what the image it's gotten, and you got some black spots where you're going to, where the triangles, where they go. But with way I did it here is I got it rotating 6 degrees per frame, and then I got the modulo so that when it gets all the way around, it just keeps going. It just goes back to 0 and goes back around. And I also have a decreasing size on here because I do 1 minus S. So my S is actually increasing, but when it gets up to close to 1, where the image is disappearing, I'm stopping it from disappearing. So that's kind of fun, and I can see a lot of special effects for that. I'm probably not something that Paul's going to get into, but it was kind of fun just to play around with it, and I might see what else is out there as well. But like I said, when I run this, it's like going down the toilet. So I will leave you on that. So I, I sure enjoying these lessons, and I look forward to more lessons from Paul, and also look forward to a lot of the stuff that students taking it. There's a lot of good videos been coming out lately. I sure enjoy the community as well. Anyhow, time for me to go down the drain. Here I go. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. See you later.